I don't think there's anything else you can add to a penultimate episode to make it more engaging than episode 7 of season 2 just did. I mean, they knocked it out of the park in my book. The end shot, which we're going to talk about, this is not a spoiler-free review. This is full spoilers, whole episode. I don't do show notes. I just kind of ramble my way through. So if you haven't watched one of mine before, it's okay. Pause, go watch the episode, come back, because we're talking all the things. You've been warned. The end shot, which I won't spoil quite yet, with the music and the visuals, and it just and then fade to black, and it was like, oh my God, you're just leaving us. We're just edging right now on the edge. Next week, everybody, season finale, and it's pretty much going where I predicted, which is we're finishing on the ring, which sets us up for season 3, which is gonna probably cover the events of. It's gonna be an adaptation of the first game, because we've gone through prequel stuff now. We've gone through Reach now. We've gone through. Okay, so now it's time. We're on the ring. It's Halo Evolved, baby. I love it. Great show. Good ending. So this episode has basically. I'm trying to think here. 3 main storylines. We've got the Master Chief going off and doing what he's gonna do. Kai is back, and I'm not normally a blonde guy, but I want to see her in more stuff. This I just think that it's really cool to see, you know, a cast that's growing together and getting more visibility, because I had never seen her in anything before this show. I've seen Pablo in a couple of things. But I think the most recently was the American Gods, I think is what it's called. I remember seeing him in that, and there was something else which I can't remember. I hadn't seen her in anything before, and I want more. Like, anyway, there's that storyline. There's the storyline with Soren and his wife rescuing the kid, their son, and then there is the Halsey and her daughter with the girl from the planet, the like mystic girl, who sees things and hears the old lady in the background. I also think, well, we'll get to there. We'll get to there. So, as we're going through, this is the main storylines. So let's talk about John's first, because I think his is the most poignant to like the game storyline. So essentially, you know, Kai's on his side again. She's with him. They work their way through. He gets his armor. That's the main thing. And along the way, with Ackerson confronting him and making him basically, it's time to pay for your sins, and we need to out Paranovsky, the admiral, for what she did. And so it's all about him getting off the ship, Ackerson helping him get off the ship, and Kai also realizing that she has no choice but to go try to keep as many of the Spartan 3s alive, because they're her trainees. Like, she's got to try to save as many as we can, because Paranovsky is just going to throw them all at the fleet in this Hail Mary of this spike that she claims it does one thing, but it actually doesn't. Ackerson finds out that it's meant to cause a reactor explosion and destroy the entire solar system and kill human and um, Covenant alike. So, you know, Kai's off, Master Chief's off, and at the very end when they part, it's this thing. He's like, if you're the one, where he tells Kai, he's like, if you're the one holding the spike at the end, and she looks at him and she just says, just get to the ring first, Master Chief, just get to the ring. Just like, it's this unspoken of like, they both know that the stakes of humanity are on the line, and if he doesn't make it, then she's going to be ready to pull that plug, but she really wants him to make it. Like, he needs to make it. So, really cool stuff here. On the I feel like it's the least interesting storyline, and I'm not sure why it's. Honestly, I'm to the end of the season, and I don't know where or why this needs to be there. But the ex Spartan who's a pirate lord, who has a son who's potentially going to become the next Spartan, but he goes through and he gets there with the wife, and she wants to rescue her son. He's like, no, he needs to face this. Don't take it away from him. It's what I went through. He needs to feel that so he needs to be able to defend himself and all these other things. And she's like, no, he's our son. We need to protect him. I don't understand where they're going with this storyline, because it adds nothing to the plot. There have been times when I've appreciated him as a secondary character and the family arc and everything else, but where are they going with that? How is that an important arc to what's going on with the Halo and humanity and Covenant? I haven't quite figured that out yet. If there's magic there waiting to be told, I'm still waiting. Like, because there have been moments when especially in season one, it was like, cool, he's a background character, that's cool. Season two, I haven't understood any of that storyline at all, other than in the beginning, our Mystic Princess was there with them, but now she's off with Halsey and Halsey's daughter, which, in my mind, is probably the more interesting subthread going on here, because I have no idea if this is the case or not. I've not read anybody else's reviews online. It's literally 6:40 in the morning my time as I'm recording this. I woke up, haven't had coffee yet. I just watched the episode. First thing I did this morning. I'm pretty sure Halsey and her daughter and the Mystic Princess just unleashed the flood. Pretty sure that's what should happen. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Um, We'll know more in next week's episode, and if I'm wrong on that prediction, then I'll take it all back. But the whole, they're down in here in this chamber that Halsey was studying in for a very long time underneath the Halo, sorry, not the Halo, sorry, underneath the Spartan base, with the artifact, right? And so Halsey figured out how to open one of these spheres, and then her daughter apparently opened another one, which has this like round stone in it. And then as they're standing here talking, our princess is over here using her visions to decipher this other chart. And once she does, it springs up this star map, which then she realizes that this isn't so much a map as it is the stars as they saw them, but we need to align them to the way we see them. And so she's remembering from her visions how the stars were aligned, the constellations were aligned, and that opens this door. They all get excited. They go right through the door. An energy bridge extends out. They go through. They find this other door, which they use the stone that they just got out of one of the Halsey's daughter found. Put that on that door. It opens up, and now they're in a laboratory. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. And they've what they found earlier, what Halsey found originally, was DNA and their DNA, so two mixed DNAs. And so she knew it was some sort of, incredible find to find alien DNA with human DNA, right? Now that they're in, they realize that this is not just a library, it's not a religious site, it's a lab. They get into the lab and they find a corpse, like preserved, clutching something in its hands. It looks vaguely humanoid. And of course, Halsey and her daughter are freaking out, and oh my God, what's going on? And then all the crystals in the vials start to crack, and there's rumblings, and the doors start to close, and they have to run out. And Halsey's daughter gets the device, and they run out of the room. And as they're doing this, as they're getting back and celebrating, we made it out alive and everything else, and they're looking back up at the star chart, and suddenly you see all the stars start turning red. And our princess says, something about it. I didn't get the exact, and I haven't gone back and rewatched her picture, but she said something. Oh no, that's it. Now it's spreading. Oh no, and she takes off running out of the cave, while Halsey and her daughter are like, oh my God, we got the device, yay! They put it in a box. They go to start to study it. Halsey leaves, and the daughter opens it up, and there's a poof of gas or something that comes out of it. She doesn't open it all the way. She just opens it a little bit. And when that happened, I immediately was like flashing back to the last couple of Ridley Scott alien films, Prometheus and Covenant, right? And I'm just looking at that going, it's got to be the flood. That laboratory has got to be the flood, and this has something to do. It's got to be like, I just suspect that that's the case. I don't know that that's the case, but I suspect it. So we end this penultimate episode on that note with the scientists, and on the other note, Master Chief, as he's flying his lone ship, he sees the battle over here to his side, and that's where Kai's going with her troops, because that's the fleet battle, and he's bypassing it all, and he's on his way to the Halo, and he sees ahead of him. I believe that was the shot. He sees ahead of him the other ship, which is McKee. I always forget her name, and the Arbiter, and it's all a beeline for the Halo. That's what this is right now. So the panning up shot with the Halo, and then we get the music from the first game, and then a fade to black, was probably one of the coolest endings I've seen in a long time for some of the shows I'm watching. It's just that was a fan service right there. Like I said, edged me all the way up to the end, and it was oh so glorious, that finale. I'm loving this show. Second season has been way better than the first. I enjoyed the first season, but second season has been like just fire all the way. And this one was, I think, this is the best episode of the season so far. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams here and on Twitch. I play a lot of games, watch a lot of shows. It all happens here. Don't forget the Discord, the Patreon. See you next week.